My name is Santosh Deshmukh. Today I'm going to talk about investing in stock market. So it is just a brief overview about what all uh, options are present, how to get started with stock, what are the tools one can use, and it is basically for all those people who haven't invested in stock yet and as a fresh entry is what they're looking at. Okay, so let's see investing in stock market. So there are two ways that we should look at whether you want to be a day-to-day trader that you buy some stock in a day, maybe after one day or two you sell it, or whether you want to be a long-term investor. Uh, if you think from this angle, when you say day-to-day trader, what happens is generally you end up spending a lot of time in monitoring the stocks, and when there is movement, when you sell it, so of course there is brokerage involved when you buy a stock and when you sell a stock. You make you make the government or maybe the companies or the agencies that are providing you uh, this buying and selling platform, you make them rich. If you look yourself as an investor, a long term investor, that is where you make more money. So today, when you see that the stock has fallen, maybe for last 3 to 4 months, the stock has fallen quite considerably, maybe 25 to 30%, and now you feel that you have some money which you can invest. Okay, so don't we shouldn't invest at one shot. It is a step by step process. The percentage that the stock has fallen, out of your 100% available amount, you may want to invest 25% now, and still keep if it falls further. Yeah. uh, so that is the strategy one should adopt. You shouldn't like put in all money and get yourself locked, and you shouldn't so there are, as we say into stock market, there is always two possibilities: either the stock will rise or fall. Yeah, either you will make profit or you will make loss. Okay, so similarly, whenever you think you are making profit or something, you shouldn't sell everything at once, or you shouldn't buy everything at once. You should always have money in hand, and that's the sign of a good investor. Okay, now moving on next, how to get started. Yeah, so firstly you should create a demat account with any of the agencies. It could be HDFC Bank, it could be ICICI Bank, Upstocks. Upstock is a company funded by Tata. Zerodha, which is the Kamath, are the founders, and it is like widely used. Motilal Oswal is one of them. There is Grow app and a lot of other investing options. So you can just download a mobile application of this, um, based on what facility or features they are providing, and you have to study a little bit actually. Yeah, you will have to evaluate these platforms, which one suits you, and maybe close the ones which doesn't suits you. So the chart in front of us have the platforms: ICICI Direct, Upstock, Zerodha, Motilal Oswal, and in the central column I've tried to capture how much brokerage do they charge if you do a transaction in a particular stock. Okay, and what is the benefit of using this platform, how this platform is different from other platforms. So to get started with ICICI Direct, ICICI has its own software development company. Okay, um, the brokerage they offer or they charge you is different. Meaning you can opt for different packages. Okay, if you pay 999 rupees per year to ICICI, you might get uh, some X amount of they will charge you X amount of brokerage for every share that you buy and sell. Maybe to give you an example, maybe 10 paise for intraday, meaning you buy the stock in the morning and you sell it in the evening. That is the market time. So market time starts at 9:15 a.m. and market ends at 3:30 p.m. Okay, so if you buy and sell the stock between this time, it is called as intraday. And ICICI, if you do the same transaction within the intraday, maybe they charge you some 10 paise, for example, buying, both buying and selling, okay, one particular share. Uh, it is either share or it is per 100 rupees. So Motilal Oswal charges 80 paise per 100 rupees. So if your share is of 200 rupee, if the stock that you are buying is of 200 rupees, Tata Power for example, if it is in the range of 200 rupees, if you buy the stock in the morning and sell in before the market closure, yeah, so Motilal Oswal will charge you some 8 paise plus uh, there will be GST, ENC, central and other taxes involved. So rough to rough, we can say 10 paise, you know. So 10 paise per 100, meaning it will be uh, 20 paise if you are buying and selling a stock of 200 rupee in one single day. If you take a delivery of that stock, so you don't sell it today, and if you sell it next day or whenever, it is calculated differently. Then they would charge you maybe 1 rupee for buying and selling both, okay, including the tax, something like that. So it differs that much. So accordingly, you have to take your decisions. Yeah. So overall, what I felt is ICICI has a very good software. The functionality is efficient and everything happens very smoothly. You are able to track, and there are a lot of features that they offer you. You can also put future orders and things like that. Okay. So whenever a particular share meets a particular price, you can buy it or you can sell it and things like that. So ICICI. Okay. Upstock is another which you can download a mobile application. They also have web application and it is backed by Tata. So how much ever big transaction you do, it could be like if you are buying a share of MRF, which is 1 lakh rupee, for example, one share. Okay. So they will still charge you 20 rupees per transaction. Okay, per transaction, whether you buy one share, 1,000 share, 100 shares, whatever it is, per transaction they will charge you 20 rupees. So this is just the numbers that I'm giving. Okay, you have to still verify with them and see is whether it is exactly what I'm saying is what they are offering, or you have to cross check. This is just for education purpose that I am giving you these numbers. Okay, so they don't charge you per 100 rupees or per this thing share. They charge you for one transaction. In that transaction, you can have one share, 100 share, or 1,000 share. If you buy and sell, okay. So for buying, they will charge you 20 rupees, and for selling, they will charge you 20 rupees. How much ever big the transaction amount is. Please cross check with Upstocks if that is the case. Okay. Same thing with Zerodha. It is like widely used, and you can also put future orders if you have balance in your account. Meaning, all the platform accounts that you create, it should have a funding source. Funding source, as in your saving bank account. Okay, it should be attached to it. You should be able to pull money from your saving bank account to the account of these platforms, and from these platform you should be able to transfer money to your savings account. So these are the platform. Motilal Oswal we already discussed. Okay, so this is the first step, dematerialize account opening. Okay, now why we call it dematerialized? Earlier the stock used to be in material form, that is the physical form, and physically we had to take the share certificates. They used to have a number 1 to 20 or 1 to 100, something like that, total number of shares, and take those shares to a broker, and then he would send it to the main office, Bombay Stock Exchange or National Stock Exchange, and There, people used to sell your stock, and they would say, okay, it has gone. We have sold it at this particular rate, and they used to record that rate. And when you agree, they would, make the sale and uh, give you the money. So this was like a offline version. This is how stock market used to work earlier, and you could have seen people shouting in the ring in the stock exchange building and things like that. So that was very much into materialized format. Now everything has become electronic. They call it as dematerialized format. So there was an exercise that they had carried out, that you take your mm, shares to the bank or whoever you are dealing broker, and get it transferred to electronic format. So demat account, hence the name demat account. Okay. Now, what are the monitoring tools? Okay. Now, if you want to get started and you don't want to invest a single rupee, but still you want to check for yourself whether you will make profit or loss in the stock market. Okay. So there are dummy tools available as well. If you go to finance.yahoo.com, I can just show you. Okay. Finance.yahoo.com. So here you can enter lot of, you can create your portfolio and things like that, and my stocks. Bill, for example, you can enter the date here. You can select what date you want to make this purchase, how many shares and what price. Okay, so I have, this is past. Assume that I have purchased 5,000 shares of Bail on 8th of April in 2021. Now we are in April 2022, 2023. Yeah. So imagine that if I had purchased 5,000 shares for 52 rupees, it would have made me so much of profit, 48% profit. Okay. So whether that decision was correct or not, you can evaluate for yourself without actually making investment. This is just a dummy entry that you can keep making. Now, if you sell the stock, you can say minus 1,000 at 60 rupees. So you bought it at 52, let's say you sell it at 60, or maybe on the same mere stock, if you check, you buy it at 58 and you are selling at 60. There could be some one day intraday entries as well. Yeah. So you're buying and selling on the same day. Okay, let me show you if there is anything. No, I don't have it for this particular stock, but there could be some scenarios where you are buying 600 shares and you are selling 600 shares, something like that. Yeah, you can, and you can see the how much profit it is making for you. So likewise, you can make dummy entries here in finance.yahoo.com, and you can judge for yourself whether you will be successful in investment or not without actually without actually investing. You don't need a bank account here, you just need a Yahoo sign in. Yeah, you just need to create your account on Yahoo, finance.yahoo.com, and create a portfolio and start adding scripts. Excuse me. Now, finance.google.com. One interesting thing I would like to share with you is, let's assume you are logged into Google. Yeah, you can either go to Gmail or all the tools here after you are logged in. Yeah. So one such tool here available is finance. Okay. So finance. You can either go and click here, or you can write finance.google.com. Okay. Yeah. So here as well, you can create your own portfolio. Okay. So you can create your watch list, you can create your portfolio. And since I have been following a lot of stocks on Google, it is showing me top 6 stocks, which are the top 6 stocks that have moved in my list, whichever I am interested in. Which are those stocks which have moved? This has moved 15 to 16% almost. This has moved 10.5%. Yeah, Peninsula Land. Now, how did I create this list? So normally, what I do is whenever I'm logged in as at Gmail, I search for let's say persistent systems share price. Okay, I check for the share price, and normally it shows you a button here where it prompts you to follow. Now if I don't follow, yeah, so it shows you something like this. If you're not already following, it will show you a button like this. And when you search, when you're logged in as Google and when you're searching persistent share, yeah, it will show you this chart, and you have to simply say follow. So what will this do is, whenever you are going to finance.google.com, it will show up in this list. Okay, if you see the watch list here, it should appear in your watch list. So that's how you create this list. Likewise, you can search all the shares that you want in your list. For example, ABB, yeah, ABB share price, and say just say follow. Now, which all shares you should follow? There is a huge list, 4,500, 6,000, I don't know. There is a huge list. How do you follow those shares? So there's one simple way. So initially when you are starting, you visit this particular link, nseindia.com market-data live-equity-market. Okay, these are the top Nifty 50 shares. So there are few things in a stock market which says Sensex. Sensex is BSE Sensex, yeah, Bombay Stock Exchange Sensex. So all the stock, it is generally right now maybe 60, around 60 or something, yeah. Uh, BSE Sensex, yeah, today or so BSE Sensex, so around 60,000. This is one thing. This is one indicator actually. Yeah. Another indicator. Indicator meaning this tells you the overall mood of the investors. Whether people are, whether the mood is up, whether it is bull market or whether it is bear market, whether it is going down or up. What is the mood today? Yeah. So 60 seems to be very, and you can track for 1 year how it has performed, whether 6 months or 1 year onto business. This finance.google.com you can search, and here also you can click finance and you will get to know the finance details and things like that. Okay, so BSE Sensex is one. The other thing is Nifty 50. Okay, the top 50 stocks that the market relies on. These are like very high quality stocks. Yeah, HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, Infosys, Davis Lab, Adani Ports, Reliance, Axis Bank, Tata Motors, HDFC, and 42 more. Bajaj Finance, okay, Sun Pharma, ITC. These are the top stocks, Nifty 50. These are the, guaranteed, uh, you know, performing stocks, you can say, or whose financials are very strong. They have been evaluated by a lot of uh, agencies and government agencies and bodies and things like that, and that is where you get an entry. So when your financials and everything is very strong, only then you get an entry into Nifty 50. Okay, so you should definitely, without you should be confident about investing in such stocks. So you can, from the name itself you can make out Hindustan Unilever, IndusInd Bank, Bajaj Finance, Bajaj Finserv. So Bajaj Finance is different, Finserv, Apollo Hospital, Tech Mahindra, Grasim, Bharti, and Coal India, Adani. There are even government PSUs actually, Cipla, ONGC, and you can check all these. Okay, Power Grid Corporation, Tata. So all the, premium companies you can watch here. Now these are the things where you can get started, and you will not be like, you will have confident investment opportunities where if you invest in these companies, Nifty 50 basically. Okay, so yahoo.finance.com I've already told you. This is where you can create your portfolio and dummy portfolio and start writing in some data there that, okay, let's say I bought 1,000 shares today. How will they perform after 2 months or 3 months, and how is it going? Yeah. Same, I told you about finance.google.com. It will give you an opportunity to follow. So the major challenge investors has is which are the top stocks that has performed, top six, he doesn't want to go into detail of all the stocks. He doesn't have time maybe. So as I told you, he can go to finance.google.com, and Google will show you whichever stock list that he prepares as following. Google will show you six stocks. So let's say Excela, this is a US company, this is in dollar by the way. So if any of the company has which is Nifty 50 company which just considerably dropped, okay, like 8%, you might want to invest in such a company, okay, or maybe you want to monitor it for investment. If it falls tomorrow as well or day after tomorrow as well, then maybe it is the right opportunity for you to invest your 10-15% of your total KT. So likewise here, there is also an option actually in mobile. Yeah, it is showing here. You can see all the gainers. Okay, all the gainers. If you want to see just positive, all the gainers you can see. Click gainers, and it will show you only gainers, and you'll get all the list of Gujarat Industries, Power, and things like that. This list you can also get on Money Control, but Google Finance is what we are looking at right now. Okay. If you want to look at instead of gainers, if you want to look at losers, okay. So let's go back, and who are the losers? Okay, which stocks have dropped significantly? So Balram, Ballarpur Industrial, Savaria Consumers, Future Enterprises, Multi, IPCA, Gayatri, and a lot of other stocks. Okay, so this is in decremental order by the way. Okay, losers, most active. Which are the stocks which are most active, like high volume? There are certain stocks which people will share only one or two shares, or maybe 5 or 10 shares, like that. But there are certain shares like IDFC Bank, SBI, where people will sell in thousands. One person will drop an order of maybe 1,000 shares. Okay, you want to share, or 5,000 shares. Vodafone, for example. Vodafone will have high volume. These are the shares which will have very high volume, and these are listed here. Okay, most active. Market indexes, if you want to see, as I told you, different indexes. Standard and Poor 500, Dow Jones, Nasdaq, Russell. These are like for outside investment, Middle East. So Americas, yeah, Europe, Middle East, and Africa, and Asia, Asia Pacific. So Nifty 50 is highly monitored stock, highly monitored indexed, okay, and BSE Sensex, okay. So you should I would recommend, since you are getting started, you should monitor Nifty 50 and the 50 stocks that you want to put your investment into, okay. Let's get back to our presentation. There is a feature called as alert.google.com, okay, alerts.google.com. Now what this is used for, um, let's say you want to monitor, there is something happening on Adani, for example, or there is something happening, create an alert about uh, Adani stocks. If you want to, maybe Adani stocks or anything related to Adani, you should get notification. So if you create an alert, if somebody writes an article on a website, or uh, any content in the newspaper, or any post article, and if it has a word called as Adani, this will generate an alert for you. Okay, alert meaning it will send you an email that yes, there is new article that is submitted and it has the keyword called as Adani. Okay. Similarly, you can look for Kalpataru, for example. Yeah, Kalpataru is a transmission line company, as well as real estate, as well as engineering company. So you may want to be aware of the news that are generated around Kalpataru. So you can simply put Kalpataru here, and it will create an alert and send you a notification through email. Okay. So likewise, you can create a lot of alerts for yourself and stay updated. Okay. Now, Money Control is a good mobile app as well as online web app, where a lot of discussion happens. There are forums, and people add comment to it. If a stock is falling, people ask for a reason. So if you don't know the reason, for example, there was a recently red tape and uh, this particular company, uh, it price was like 280 rupees or something, and it came down to 50 rupees. Yeah, so there was a split, for example. Uh, eh, uh, Sometimes the share of uh, price of a share is goes beyond it becomes very expensive, for example, which is out of reach of common man, or maybe like small investors. So in that case, what does the company decides is like, okay, this company, we have our one share which has a face value of 10 rupees right now, yeah, and its current price is 500 rupees. So small investors are not really investing in our company. We want to increase the volume. Okay, so they break that 500 share into 5 shares. Okay, so one share they will split it into 5. Now face value is 10 rupee. Now the face value will be divided by 5, and each share will have a face value of 2 rupee. Okay, now the value of stock comes from 500 to directly 100. Okay, now when this happens, a lot of small investors jump in and the stock starts appreciating again. Okay, so these are certain instances that happen, and if you want to know the reason of sudden price decrease or some sudden movement of a stock, money control is the place where people have a lot of discussion forum. They had a lot of comments there, and there are platinum, gold level contributors. So generally, platinum level contributors are those who earn that platinum degree or that level because people like their comments. They share truthful information and things like that. So that's why if you see a comment from a person who has a platinum this thing, there are chances that he's saying the truth, he's sharing the right information, correct information on money control. So you can follow things on money control. Okay. Now stock market, it is generally pattern driven. Okay. When I say pattern, PATTERN, yeah, pattern driven. So there are certain patterns that investors follow. So if you want to find out, this is the link in.investment.com, in.investment.com. Okay, and I can show you the website here. So let's say HDFC Bank is the pattern. This is the stock that I have searched, yeah, and I've seen the overview of it from here, and then I went to chart of HDFC Bank. Currently, it is 1669. So one of the major challenge that we face is we bought a share. The share went to a lower level, and we bought it somewhere here, or here, or here. Okay. Now we don't know how much the share is going to appreciate. Okay, and what is the right time that I should sell my share. Okay. So I'll show you some basic information about how everything works. Yeah. So generally, if you see, I have used a pitchfork. You can see the pitchfork here. There are a lot of things available here, but I'm going to only talk about pitchfork tool. Yeah. So using this pitchfork tool, what I did is I created a pattern like this. Yeah. Uh, I found out a lowest point here in the whole graph. This is one showing 1 day chart per day how the stock has performed. So I found out a lower point. The second point I found is the highest point, and the third point I found is the lowest point here. Not lower than this, higher than this, but a general low. Okay, than the highest point. And this is what the pitchfork exactly as this diagram I have created this pitchfork. Now there are chances that a stock, you can see, if it rises, it will rise till this particular level and it will go down. So it will remain in this pattern like this, yeah, if it is in there. If it drops from here, there are chances that it will stay in this pattern, okay, this channel. Now the stock, you can see it has come here and then it has gone here. But after going here, If it has started the upward movement, there are chances that it will go till here. Okay, and if it corrects, it will come down till here. So you should not buy stock at the middle level. You should buy when it touches this particular line. Okay, you should sell when it touches this particular line. So if the stock is in this channel, so the higher line will indicate you that when you should sell the stock. So if you are I can just show you the timeline, June, July, August. Now, if you are thinking about August, currently we are in March and April. Yeah, if you have bought a stock here, and if you are planning to sell in August, and if it remains throughout this pattern, if it remains in August, so you should try to sell it as 1837 or something is what you should target. Or if it goes out of this channel to an upper channel, then you should target anything between 1898, something like that. Okay, so if it rises from here and plays in this particular pattern, then this is the point that you should sell your stock. Okay, uh, that will help you make a decision with when to buy and when to sell. Okay, so as I said, stocks generally, I'm not saying always, generally they behave in a pattern movement. So pitchfork is one of them. There are thousands of patterns. Okay, if you are like, if you want to study all of them, you really need to be a chartered accountant or some very geek on who can, learn. There are videos present on YouTube which you can check for each of these patterns. That's why I say stock market behaves much in a pattern form, and the stock price goes up and down. Okay, 52-week high. If it touches 52-week high for the first time, let's say earlier it has gone to 52, it has achieved a 52-week high of, let's say, 500 rupees. Okay, and it has fallen down. Next time when it rises up, and for the first time if it is going and touching the 52-week high, there are high chances that after touching it to 52-week, the stock will come down. Okay, because people will book profit. Okay, they know that, okay, it can't go beyond 52-week high at the first attempt itself. Now stock will make another attempt to touch the 52-week high again. Yeah, so again there are 50-50 chances, either it will go up or down, because it is the second time. So first time there are high chances that it will come down. Second time there are 50-50 chances that it will either go up or either go down. Third time it is going, then there are high chances that it will break the 52-week high and create a breakout. Breakout meaning there will be, all of a sudden there will be a rise after the stocks come, or rises after 52-week. It might rise by 100 rupees or 150 rupees, not 150 but maybe 75 or 100 rupees all of a sudden. Yeah, so a stock of 500, I'm saying, if it is a stock of 100, maybe 100 or 200 something, it will have a breakout of 10 rupees or 15 rupees or 20 rupees, like that. So some percentage wise, 20% is what you can max, you can say, a breakout can happen based on the price. Yeah, so these are few of the things which could help you basically to determine how far the stock can go, or how, when it can, how much it can go down. Now there is a strategy that you need to apply, as I told you earlier as well. If you are, yeah, if you are either buying or selling, you should not buy at once. If the stock corrects at certain percentage, you should put certain percentage amount of in your investment. Yeah, uh, don't do a full buy or full sell. That way you would only end up locking your amount, and you would lose opportunities to buy or sell your stock. Okay, so never do that. 15%, 20% is what you should try to invest. If the stock still falls down, you should increase the percentage slightly. Okay, so gradual investment and gradual uh, pulling out your money. Okay, now these are few of the tips. Now I think we have covered most of this. Charts and patterns is what investment.com is famous for. On my money control app, not money control, this is Google Finance. Yeah. um, Google Finance gives me a quick look of how the top stocks are performing today. I don't have to go and dig everything, and I just can check the market mood at 9:15 when the market starts. Within 4 5 minutes, I can check how is the mood, which are the stocks. If everything is red, I get to know that, oh, there is a buying opportunity, and maybe I should think on investing in those stocks which have maybe fallen or correct are in correction mode and things like that. And you could also set notifications. Now the different platforms that I suggested here, Upstock, Zerodha, Motilal Oswal and ICICI Direct, they provide you notification. Basically, if a stock reaches some X value, if the stock is at 500 and if it corrects by 50 rupees, for example, it comes down to 50 rupees less, 450 rupees, you can set an alert that please notify me if the stock is less than 450. Okay, so that you can think of buying some quantity. Okay, so those alerts you can set for each of these stocks. Yeah. Now, while doing all this exercise, I found out that there are a lot of platforms, and each platform gives you different flavor of facility. Okay, if you are not a hardcore trader or investor, or like, you're not going to, it's not your 24 by 7 job, so it becomes very difficult to find out the features and functionality. So out of all the platforms that I shared, yeah, I tried to create my own Excel sheet instead of having a application running. Yeah, installing Motilal Oswal app on my desktop, or doing something on my something eating my processor speed and things like that. I have created a small Excel sheet which I can share with anyone. Yeah, I have listed the Nifty 50 stocks, and you can see Nifty 50 here, watch list. This is my own watch list actually. And through the pitchfork investing pattern, yeah, I have written down some numbers here when to buy these stocks. So currently this stock is, let's say, 634. So when should I buy it? Maybe 600. I'll format it. Format number text only. Plain text. Okay. Yeah. So 600 is right entry point. I can buy some 10% stock at 600 level, 550 level. If it goes, I can buy for 15% or 20%. And if it still goes to 500, maybe I should put all the amount that I have reserved for this particular stock. Okay, now Lambodara, you can see Lambodara and Damodar. This gives me a quick glance of which of my stock out of my list has performed more than 5%. So it is showing in green. If it is has gone down by more than 5%, then it shows in red. So this gives you a clear, quick indication of buying and selling, whether I should buy or sell. Instead of going into all details, so there is no other stock which is in green. So these are the two stocks I should think about selling because they have appreciated more than 5% in a day. Yeah. So I can quickly check my mobile and maybe think of selling some 100, 200 out of, if I have 1000 stock, I can think of selling 100 or 200 like that. Yeah. So this sheet will help you a lot. The I will share the URL of this particular sheet in the comment section of this video, okay, which I'm going to upload on YouTube. So this is one thing I have created. This is my own sheet, by the way, okay, and these are my own formulas that I have used through Google. So these are Google formulas, Google Finance formulas. If you see latest price, you can see Google Finance and AG. AG is here. A6. Yeah. So Lambodar, this is the script identity. Lambodara or IndusInd Bank, Tejas Net, Bhel, National Stock Exchange, IEX, Energy Exchange, Indian Energy Exchange, I believe, Krishna Electricals, KEI, Indian Energy, yes, Indian Energy Exchange, Krishna Electricals Limited. So this is the script identity or code, unique code you can say, and these are the formulas. Finance.google, Google Finance equals to Google Finance, and you are extracting name from Google Finance. Yeah, so this will give you a name. This will give you latest price. Okay, LTP. It will also give you how much 5% minus means and how much 5% plus means. So today's day high and how much low. So it has gone to 45 and it is now at 44.5. So should I really think about selling this stock today? Is It helps you in decision making. Okay, and if at all I want to sell, what based on this pitchfork algorithm, I said pitchfork pattern. I've recorded those numbers here. If at all I have to, this is like this has crossed 169. Highest sell one is 169, and the next pattern is like 218, right? So after 218, what is uh, I haven't really come up with those numbers here. So it has directly 730. So 202 is what it was stable at. The resistance, resistance level and the support level. Uh, when a stock suddenly starts rising its price, there will be a point where most of the people want to sell their stock, and that is called as the resistance level. A lot of people now, currently, let's say it is at 218. So maybe 218 is the resistance level where people are trying to sell. If somebody puts in uh, a buy order, if he wants to buy more stock, yeah, there will be a lot of sellers that will come to sell at this particular price. So it will create a resistance level, yeah, and the stock price will not rise beyond that level for some time. And after it uh, comes out of that, it will start moving in the next pattern, the pattern that I showed you here. Okay, so here, so up is the resistance level, down is the support level. Okay, so yeah. So that's all about, and as I told you, which stock you should look for? You should look for quality stocks to invest in. There are also penny stocks, is what we call. Yes, Bank. Once upon a time, it was like maybe 300 plus or 400 plus stock. Now it is in the range of 10 or 20. Yeah, so those we call as penny stocks, and though there were certain incidences that happened in this particular companies, that's why the stock has come down to such low level. Yeah, but if the financials are strong, investors are strong, promoters are strong, how do you get promoter? You go to money control app, and there is a section called as promoters or shareholding pattern. Who is holding how many shares? So there are FIIs, foreign investment institutions. Yeah. So just like we have institutions here, like LIC is one of the institutions, and HDFC, put, whoever does the portfolio management and things like that, those are called as institutions. So we have domestic investment institutions, DII. We have FII. So if there is money flow from FII, that is a very good sign. If FII starts pulling their money out, the market goes down. Okay, if they starts pumping in money, FII starts pumping into Indian market, the market goes up. Okay, these are the points or signals that you should look at. Also, a stocks consolidates basically. It plays into certain level, it consolidates in a range, and all of a sudden either it goes up or it comes down based on how many buyers and sellers we have on that particular day. Okay, so try to invest in quality stocks which are listed on this particular link, the Nifty 50 stocks. This will make sure that, the fundamentals are strong. And you should also look for shareholding pattern. If the promoter is having more than 50%, for example, Lambodara is what the share that we are looking at. Okay, Lambodara. If you go to Money Control app and check the shareholding pattern, it is more than 70% share with the promoters. My numbers could be wrong. I'm just giving you rough examples. Yeah. So currently the shareholding with the promoters is very high. Okay. So accordingly, you should make your decisions. This will help you in making your decisions. So I hope I have covered most of the things, and this should help you in getting started with your stock investment journey. If you are not confident and if you do not have enough time, then you should certainly look for systematic investment plan. ICICI provides it. There are a lot of other. You can either go through ICICI, for example, Mirai Assets. Yeah, you can directly go to Mirai Assets, or through ICICI you can find out which are the high performing portfolios or high performing where you can do the SIP. Okay, so uh, you can take that decision. You can directly invest with them, or you can invest it through ICICI Direct app. Okay, the decision is completely yours, but this is like for your learning purpose. I have shared all the tools, techniques, monitoring tools, and everything. If you still have comments, please write down those in the comment section, and I will try to answer your queries as much as possible. Okay, this is completely from the technical perspective. I have shared the tools and my learning, maybe 2 and 3 years from the Corona period. Whatever learnings I had, I have shared that in this video. Please raise your comments in the comment section. Thank you.